You've been taught that boldness means taking risks, working harder, and making yourself uncomfortable. What if I told you the opposite is true? True boldness might be doing just enough while protecting your peace. Last week, I watched a man at a coffee shop typing furiously on his laptop at 9 p.m. Dark circles under his eyes, 3 empty cups beside him. He looked up and our eyes met. His expression wasn't pride, it was desperation. "I'm killing it," he said unprompted. 3 projects due this week. But was he killing it, or was it killing him? Our culture celebrates the hustle. We admire people who work 80-hour weeks and praise those who sacrifice sleep, relationships, and mental health for productivity. We've been conditioned to believe boldness means doing more. What if boldness actually means doing less? Consider the courage it takes to tell your boss you can't take on another project. The boldness required to leave work at 5 p.m. when everyone else stays late. The audacity to prioritize your mental health over societal expectations. Ryan Holiday writes in, "The obstacle is the way. That true strength isn't about forcing yourself through pain, it's about choosing your battles wisely." The Stoics didn't advocate for needless suffering, they practiced strategic efficiency. Your ancestors didn't work themselves to exhaustion for fulfillment. They worked to survive, then spent their remaining time with family, in nature, or pursuing genuine interests. Somewhere along the way, we forgot this fundamental truth. Think about how many tasks you do daily that add no real value to your life. Meetings that could be emails. Reports nobody reads. Social obligations you dread. The boldest thing you might do today is say no. This doesn't mean becoming lazy or irresponsible. It means becoming intentional. Cal Newport calls this deep work, focusing intensely on what matters most and eliminating everything else. A client once told me she was afraid to take lunch breaks while everyone else worked through them. When she finally took that hour for herself, she discovered something surprising. Her afternoon productivity doubled. Her boldness in prioritizing her needs made her better at her job, not worse. The same principle applies to relationships. Many people stay in unfulfilling connections because breaking free seems too daring. They perform emotional labor, pretend to enjoy activities they hate, and silence their true feelings to maintain peace. True boldness in relationships means setting clear boundaries. It means sometimes being disliked for saying what you need. It means risking temporary discomfort for authentic connection. Mark Manson points out in The Subtle Art of Not Giving a FCK that the quality of your life depends on the quality of your problems. Choosing the right problems, ones that align with your values, is the ultimate bold move. Your time and energy are finite resources. Every yes to something is a no to something else. When you say yes to staying late at work, you're saying no to exercise, family time, or simply rest. The physical toll of constant work is well documented. Burnout isn't just mental exhaustion, it manifests as chronic inflammation, weakened immunity, and increased risk of disease. Your body keeps the score, as Bessel van der Kolk reminds us. I once believed boldness meant pushing through fatigue, ignoring my needs, and constantly striving for more. This led me to a breaking point where my body simply shut down. 3 days in bed with complete exhaustion taught me that ignoring my limits wasn't bold, it was foolish. True courage came when I started protecting my energy as fiercely as my time. When I began saying, "I've done enough for today," even when my to-do list wasn't complete. Consider the workplace. Most jobs operate on the Pareto principle without acknowledging it. 80% of results come from 20% of efforts. Identify your high-impact tasks and focus there. Learn to recognize when additional effort yields diminishing returns. When you focus on effectiveness rather than busyness, something magical happens. You create space. Space to breathe, to think, to exist beyond your productivity. This space isn't laziness, it's the foundation of creativity. The greatest insights rarely come while staring at spreadsheets. They emerge during walks, showers, or moments of stillness. Einstein didn't develop relativity while frantically working. His breakthrough came during daydreaming. Being bold about your boundaries requires practice. Start small. Set a firm end time to your workday. Take your full lunch break away from your desk. Say no to one optional commitment this week. Notice the discomfort that arises. The guilt, the fear of judgment, the worry that you're not doing enough. Sit with these feelings without acting on them. Over time, you'll discover that most consequences you feared never materialize. The world doesn't end when you prioritize your well-being. In fact, it often improves. The true indicator of success isn't how busy you are, but how aligned your actions are with your values. Are you sacrificing your health for work that doesn't fulfill you? Are you neglecting relationships for achievements nobody will remember in 5 years? Brené Brown's research shows that people on their deathbeds rarely regret not working more. They regret not being authentic, not spending time with loved ones, not allowing themselves to be happy. The boldest thing you can do is define success on your own terms. To recognize that a life well lived isn't measured by overtime hours or inbox zero. Your time is limited. Your energy is precious. Protecting both isn't selfish, it's necessary. The courage to do just enough, to prioritize rest, to make space for joy, that's true boldness. So today, be bold enough to close your laptop on time. Bold enough to say no to what drains you. Bold enough to believe that you are more than your productivity. Your worth isn't measured in output but in how fully you live the life you have. The most rebellious act in our achievement-obsessed world might just be deciding that you've done enough for today, and that enough is perfectly fine.